Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and How to Train Your Dragon has been a series that I have liked ever since I saw it right before my birthday on March 25th, 2010. Yeah, I saw the midnight show in 3D, loved it, man, loved it. Then, of course, 4 years later, because it took that long for a sequel to come out, and the combined grosses for both movies was over $1.1 billion. Dreamworks had a bona fide hit on its hand, but has continuously decided to keep pushing it back. Originally, How to Train Your Dragon 3 was going to be coming out in like 2017, but now it's coming out in 2019. It was going to come out this year too. They had pushed it back to this year as well, but obviously that's not happening. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that DreamWorks has been like in this state of flux for quite some time. They used to be pretty good, like not Pixar good, but they were hitting their mark a couple times. You know, go back to 2010, and you had what was it? How to Train Your Dragon, Shrek 4, which was surprisingly good. Megamind, not so much. And there was a fourth movie in there as well. I think it was Madagascar, maybe one of the Madagascars. I don't know, but they've had their hits, they've had their misses. But over the course of the last couple of years, they've just kind of pulled back. They've just kind of pulled back a little bit, and it hasn't been as big as I think a lot of fans want it to be. They've had a couple failures, like Mr. Peabody and Sherman, which was a fun movie, but still, you know, didn't really hit its mark. And of course, Penguins of Madagascar was I think arguably a pretty decent letdown. But that being said, How to Train Your Dragon 3 was announced today, and they even gave us a little bit of well, plot synopsis. So it says here that as Hiccup fulfills his dream of creating a peaceful dragon utopia, Toothless's discovery of an untamed, elusive mate draws the Night Fury away. When danger mounts at home and Hiccup's reign as village chief is tested, both dragon and rider must make impossible decisions to save their kind. Now, what we know about this is Jay Baruchel's coming back, obviously. Kate Blanchett, Gerard Butler, and Craig Ferguson are going to be returning. Gerard Butler is interesting because, spoiler alert, he died in the second one. So I'm only going to assume here that this is going to be flashbacks to when Hiccup was younger, or he's going to have a you know, a crisis moment, and he's going to like be visited by the spirit of his father to give him, like, you know, sage wisdom and advice and everything else, or they're going to maybe find a way to bring him back in, but it's probably going to be a flashback thing. However, no mention of America Ferrera, no mention of any of the other cast, which was TJ Miller, Kristen Wiig, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Jonah Hill, none of those guys. I'm sure they'll be coming back, but I'm really surprised that Ingrid isn't mentioned, that American Ferrera isn't mentioned, because she was actually a pretty key part of the two films, as well as being Hiccup's girlfriend. So there is definitely that. But looking at the story itself, it's interesting, right? Because, you know, Toothless is going to be called away to go and mate, which is going to be kind of funny to explain that one to children. Like, oh, you want to know what he's got to smash it. You know, it's basically swiping right on that dragon Tinder. You know, it's just, that's what's going to happen. So I'm very much concerned. Well, not concerned with that. I think it's an interesting story. So it's like Night Fury. They were elusive, they were rare, they were, you know, they were myth in the first movie. So obviously there would be females, and then giving, you know, what this is probably going to be. I'm just speculating at this point. Based upon the synopsis, we can already basically see where the franchise is going to come to an end, because that's obviously what's going to happen here. Is, you know, Toothless and Hiccup have basically been able to unite the dragons and the humans. They fought off even greater foes in the sequels, and now they all live in harmony and they all work together. Now what's going to come between them is clearly going to be a woman. Right? What better way to kill a bromance than a chick? And that's no, I mean, look, same with ladies. What better way to kill a gal bromance than with a dude? It happens, right? But in this particular case, I think what's going to happen is at the end, Toothless is going to leave with this mate. They're gonna leave, or, you know, he's gonna have children and come back at the end with his children, and then they're going to be reunited as on a visiting whatever. But that's going to be that. Like, Hiccup will have Ingrid, they'll have their kids. It will be years down the road, and it'll be a nice way to conclude out this 9-year franchise. It's 9 years from when the first one came out to when this new one is coming out. And I made a comment about that on Twitter, and somebody responded back with, yeah, it's still running a better track record than The Incredibles, which is incredibly true. But that being said, I am curious to know your guys' thoughts on this one. Do you think that we need another How to Train Your Dragon? Do you think that this combined with the shows that they've done will tell a great grand story? Or are you just kind of indifferent to the whole thing and don't really care about Dreamworks or anything they have to offer? These are things I'm curious to know. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments. If you haven't already, please thumbs up the video and subscribe. Click on the bell because YouTube is being a total jackass right now when it comes to this sort of thing of notifying you about new content. And if you just want to see more from me, and I hope you do, you can do so right now.